Okay, welcome guys. We are doing how to find the highest common factor and lowest common multiple. Remember, we use prime factorization right here. Factorization. So meaning, remember there are two methods to do this. We call it the ladder method. The ladder method or the tree diagram. So whichever one you are comfortable with, you can do the questions, and then you want to write every number as a product of the prime numbers, and then you solve the question as you are supposed to. So let's start with the first one. Let me show you how we do it. So, excuse me. The first question says, find the, okay, which one are we starting with? Okay, let's start with this one. Find the LCM and HCF between 24 and 90. So the nice thing about this, you can pause the video whenever you're not sure and replay it over and over until you understand what's happening. So I'm gonna do the ladder method here. I'm gonna divide 24 by prime numbers until I get to 1. So remember, what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are numbers that only have two factors, which is 1 and the number itself. So the first prime number that we know, at least you should know the first 10 prime numbers off by head so that you don't get it confused. So the first prime number is 2. Always try to divide by 2. 2 goes into 24 how many times? 12. 12 times. I divide again by 2 because I see 2 can go into 12. 2 goes into 12 how many times? 6 times. I divide again by 2. 2 goes into 6 how many times? 3 times. Can 2 go into 3? No, it can, but it leaves a remainder. We're always looking for numbers that can divide without a remainder. So it's going to be 3. 3 goes into 3 how many times? Once. Let me just push this up a bit. Now, can you all see this? What I have this side becomes my factors, my prime factors. So I'm going to write them down here. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Then write it in exponential form. 2 cubed multiplied by 3. They call it exponential form. Other books call it a power notation. I'm done with 24. I'm going to do 90 now. Can 2 go into 90? Yes. 2 goes into 90 45 times. And then what can I divide 45 with? I can type 3. 5 can even go, but I just want to get it, yeah. 3 can go into 45 15 times. Then 3 go into 15 5 times. And then 5 goes into 5 once. This means, listen, if I press this on a calculator as a product, all the numbers here, 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5, it should give me 90. So you can always confirm if your answer is correct. If it's not correct, you can always go back and check if you did something wrong. It has to always give you this answer here, the number there. So 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5, which becomes what? 2 times 3 squared multiplied by 5. Is that fine there? Now, here, this is where now I'm gonna do my lowest common multiple and lowest common. So let me start with, okay, eraser. Okay, eraser. Let me start with my highest common factor. The highest common factor, I always say you're going to look for a power or a number that appears in both. So I have a 2 and a 2 there. So I have 2 cubed and 2 to the power 1 there. I'm going to choose the one with the lowest exponent, which is this one. And then I have 3 to the power 1 and 3 squared there. So I'm going to choose this one with the lowest. So 2 multiplied by 3 becomes 6. I cannot choose 5 because 5 is not appearing here. It's not a factor of 24. So I choose the ones that appear in both of the numbers. And then I always take the one with the lowest exponent. That's my answer there. So why do I take the one with the lowest exponent? Say there are maybe 2 people. This one has 5 sweets. This one has 3 sweets. I have to take an equal share. So that's why I'm always going to look at the one with the lowest so that I can balance the equation. So I'm always going to take the one with the lowest. So here there's 2 cubed, there's 2, 1. I'm going to take this one so that it can be able to, I have something common in both of the numbers there. I hope it makes sense. Somewhere, somehow, it should make sense. Okay, moving along. I'm going to now go to how to find the lowest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple, you're going to take the ones with the highest exponent. So I have a 2 cubed, I have a 2 to the power 1. I'm going to take that. I have 3 to the power 1 and 3 squared. I take the one with the highest exponent, and I include any other base that is listed in all the numbers. So I have to include the 5. If here there was a 7, I was going to include a 7 there. So you list everything. You list everything. I always tell them, L4, list everything. List all the numbers that you see. And then the ones that appear, like this one, you take the one with the highest exponent for this one. So what will be my answer here? 8 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 5, which is 1, which will be 360. So what does it mean? The first multiple that will be the same between the two numbers, 24 and 90, the first multiple will be 360. The first common multiple between the two numbers. Okay, I want to do one more. One more for each. Okay, so find the highest common factor between 24, 36, and 90 or 60, sorry, and 60. So what are we going to do? We're going to do the ladder method for each. Divide by 2, 12, divide by 2, 6, divide by 2, 3, divide by 3, I get 1. So the prime factors for 24 will be 2 cubed multiplied by 3. I do for 36, divide by 2, I get 18. Divide 18 by 2, I get 9. Divide 9 by 3, I get 3. Divide 3 by 3, I get 1. So for 36, I get 2 squared multiplied by 3 squared. Let's do for 60. Divide by 2, I get 30. Divide by 2, I get 15. Divide by 3, I get 5. Divide by 5, I get 1. So for 60, it will be 2 squared multiplied by 3 times 5. Now let's analyze this. We're looking for the highest common factor. I'm going to look across all this. So let's look at 2. I have 2 cubed. I have 2 squared. I have 2 squared. So remember, I'm taking the one with the lowest exponent. So amongst all of them, the lowest exponent is 2 squared. I'm going to take that one. And then here I have 3, 1, 3 squared, and 3, 1 there. So the lowest exponent is 1. I take the 1, the base with the lower exponent. Do I include the 5? No. I'm not going to take the 5 in this case because of it is not common in the other 2 numbers. So this will be my answer. 2 squared is 4. 4 multiplied by 3, it's 12. So the highest common factor, a number that can go in 24, 36, and 60, it's 12. 12. Okay, now let me do the last question. Okay, the lowest common multiple between the following: LCM between 10 and 92 and 115. Okay, so same thing, prime factorization, divide 10 by 2, get a 5, divide 5 by 5, you get 1. So what are the factors here? 2 multiplied by 5. 92, let's do it. Divide 92 by 2, I get 46. Divide 46 by 2, I get 23. 23, this gives me that, this gives me that. And then 23 is a common fact, it's a prime number on its own. 23 is a prime number, so 23 over that should give me 1. So I have 2 squared multiplied by 23. Let me just confirm. And then 23 is a prime number, eh? 115 divided by how much? Divided by 5, I get 23. And then remember we said 23 is a prime number. So I'm going to just divide by 23. So being 115, I get 5 times 23. So what will be the lowest common multiple? Remember L for list. So I'm going to list everything. But here I compare, if there are 2 bases that are appearing, I compare, I take the one with the highest power, exponent. So which one will that be? 2 squared. And then this one I'm done. Then 23, yes, I have to list it. So the exponent is the same. And then 5, I'm going to list also 5 because it appears. Even if it appears in one of the numbers, it does not have to appear in all of them. But when it comes to LCM, we list all the prime factors as we see them. But if there is a one with the highest exponent, we choose that one. So we're going to say 4 multiplied by 23 multiplied by 5, which is 460. Okay, there you go, guys. Thank you so much.